Wednesday, the 4th of January, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. And very interesting day today so far. Currently, 10:25 a.m. California time. I start out with the S&P 500 like I typically do. So this morning, we had a higher opening and then a market that dipped down pretty significantly. And here is the 1-minute data for yesterday's strength and then back down quite a bit, creating a bearish engulfing and closing lower on the day somewhat. This morning, we did open significantly higher, pull back, you could say, into support, not particularly accurately, but a little more than I would have guessed, and bottomed out so far, made an attempt to make a new high for the past 11 days, and did it twice, actually. Pull back a little, and now we may be heading up again to make new highs, which allows for a new high close and probably a new high as well above all of the other highs for the last 11 trading days. That's pretty good. That's 2.5 fraction weeks. Upside breakout, we're closing a small gap if that happens. And we are probably going to very quickly get up to around 392. Now there's a small gap to close, even a little higher, 395.5, about a half-point gap. Above that, I don't think it's going to rally. 395.5 is the most I think we're going to get in that gap closure in resistance, and it's going to turn back down, especially if it goes up very quickly. It could get very close to overbought or maybe even overbought. But we'll see. Right now, we need to stay where we are or climb some more. And we're almost 385, 384, 87 at the moment. And again, the 1-minute chart looks like it's stalling out a little bit in the last few minutes, right up against a little tiny trading range it had an hour ago. Now, the DIA is already knocking on the door of new highs for that 11-day period. It was at the same time during the last 11 days at 5 times, including today, almost the same price for resistance at 334 approximately, very close to that number. And it did it again today, but so far we're staying up. That's the key here. It's not good if this market starts to give away a lot of its gains before the bell, which is only 2.5 hours away. New highs would be much more friendly, but if it stays here, it's pretty good. So I think new highs is what we're about to see very shortly. The QQQ, of course, is in the same situation. New highs for 11 days. It needs more strength, though, because the Qs have been, after all, the weakest of the 3 indexes this last previous year of 2022. Let's see if that persists. I don't think it will during 2023. I think maybe the Qs are going to be the strongest or quickest again. It's been the Dow Jones that has come down the least and gone up the most when markets rally. The Qs are the opposite. After all, last week's low was darn close to a new low for the whole year of the whole bear market. So there's a possibility of a double bottom in here at the moment. Don't think that's going to hold up. That's it for stock market indexes. I am looking for a little follow through to the upside, a little bit more of a rally on the spider, which is dipping tiny bit at the moment, but it's still up exactly 4 points at this moment, which isn't bad. Not great. I'd like to see it up 8, 9, 10, 11. Doubtful. Now, futures. Oh, Santa Claus rally. Hey, Santa Claus is back in town. Yesterday, we got out of our first long position, bought 3 business days before Christmas. It was a loss. I think $37, it wasn't that bad. Relatively small. Just 1 second. I want to make sure that may not be the number, 37. 406, sorry. It was the loss on the first trade, but right now we have two profitable trades in progress, one of which is about to be offset very soon. So it's highly likely it's going to be a profit, hopefully enough to offset the previous loss, at least. And then we have one more trade to go after today, tomorrow. And if we get follow through strength before the close, that's going to be great for the Santa Claus rally trades. And if we get follow through tomorrow, it's even going to be better. But you got to stick around here or go up. A failure again could get very bearish very fast. I'm still waiting for a downside breakout if we don't have this rally. I'm expecting futures. Now, I'm going to start out with corn because that trade is a great one. We just got short a couple of days ago with a bearish ER signal. That's the red vertical bar chart, daily data, and got short also not only the ER1, but the ER3 as well. Now, we're down from approximately our 680 shorts to 655 at this moment. 2 days down, pretty good down days in a row. Too much of this and we're going to be getting oversold awful quick. So maybe we will get down to 40-ish. That's a little doubtful, but it's possible next couple, 3 days, in which case you may be in for a bounce, which is exactly what we got the last time we had a buy signal, right on the low of that break and a nice rally. And then we got a sell signal on the top of the rally. Next chart, that was corn. Bonds, futures, rallying for a couple of days. I still think it's going to be going sideways to lower fairly slowly for several weeks. And 10-year notes, same opinion, no change. Gold, overbought officially today for the first time in a few weeks. And it's prime territory for a downside correction. It's making new highs for several months since July. The trend is now up, but that doesn't mean it's going to have a correction. And when you're overbought, you usually do. So maybe between 1823 and 1842. Yeah, something like that. And possibly down to about 18 flat. Next, silver. Same kind of comment, but we're not overbought. It looks like it's getting a little tired, friendly, neutral to friendly on silver. Next, cocoa. Doggone it. We got a great sell signal a few days ago, came down a substantial amount. Yesterday's so far now the low yesterday. Today's low is a little bit below unchanged, which was the middle of yesterday's range. And yesterday being a little slow for the move since the sell signal. So it appears it might have lasted 3 days. Great. Neutral at the moment to bearish on cocoa. Next. Don't have too much to say here, except we're rapidly approaching some support and could get oversold if we get down there very quickly. 70 I'm talking about. Then it's going to double bottom out. It's good support, and it's probably likely to try to make a double bottom around 70 in a couple days. Crude. Okay, next one is live cattle. Crude backwards. LC, CL, whatever. Got a robot. Dipping down some. I expect a little bit more correction back to 156-ish. So slightly bearish for a day or two or three or four, and then up. Trend is up. Next. Natural gas, oversold, starting to come up today. Been oversold for the previous 3 days. Today oversold as well, but a higher close. Probably starting to rally a little bit, but the trend is down. I would be looking to sell a rally. Natural gas. Okay, the next one is high-grade copper. Neutral, sideways, nothing to say. Platinum, overbought for 2 days now. Closed lower today after making a new high. So that's a minor, not particularly reliable, usually, bearish reversal. Higher highs and a lower close. Happens all the time, and they're just not typically reliable. But this one was overbought. Look for a little bit more of a dip, probably 1050, and then back up. Next, wheat. I keep pointing out we did catch the top of that market after a series of limit up bid, screaming maximum amount day after day rally because of the war. We caught the top of the rally to the day. A great sell signal in March as well. Nothing lately, but the trend is definitely down. We've seen a rally for a few weeks, and it did get into resistance, and now it's breaking lows for the last week and a half or something. So it's probably on its way down to new lows. Next. This is live hogs. Close to being oversold, but not quite. Might try and make a head and shoulder bottom out of this, but it's not really the right place for it, usually. But it has all the arms and legs and the timing. Worth mentioning anyway. I'll wait and see what happens next. No comment. Like, other than maybe a head and shoulder bottom. And the last shoulder low would be today. Next. The E-mini S&P 500, same commentary as the Spider SPY, with the exception of the E-mini having made new lows for a while. Just a moment, please. No comment. This has got something wrong with it. I have to pass on the E-mini, pardon me. Next. SP sugar. Getting oversold. Very close to it, not quite. Back in support. The trend is up. This could be a buy at any moment. I'd like to see another significant down day, maybe 19.25 to 19. And that would put it in oversold condition. Then I'd be more interested in being a buyer a little bit above 19. Sugar. Okay, next chart. Coffee. Sideways trading range, or you could make an upward slanting channel sort of out of it, or even an upward slanting pennant or something, wedge. Trying to break out to the downside at a support line at the moment, and not quite oversold. The major trend is down. The bigger move has been in the new lows for many months, then a rally back up to resistance, not even as high as I would have guessed, and now it's getting weaker again. I'm looking for new lows. Coffee. Okay, next chart. OJ, possible last shoulder high in the last couple of weeks. Very feeble looking, not in the right place timing wise, and a little bit too close to the head of the formation. And it's also a little lower than you would have guessed. I would have liked to have seen it, well, in a few days up here, and it still could. Neutral for the moment, looking for a downside breakout, probably. This could be a trend changer for a while. So this could turn out to be pretty bearish, in fact. Next chart. Bean oil. We caught the bottom a few weeks ago. Great bullish engulfing. Classic key reversal. The rally's over. It came up into some resistance, and I think it's going to test the December lows and maybe even break those support levels that it bounced off of in early December. Next, soybeans. Neutral to mildly bearish, mostly neutral. Heating oil, same, neutral. Nothing to say, really. Soybean meal, major trend is up. It's already tested support on a breakout that got way overbought, and it made new highs in the last couple of days. You have to go with the flow here. I mean, I'm bullish. I expect it to make new highs next week, if not in the next couple of days. Today's Wednesday. Next chart. Corn, we're back to the beginning. Great sell signal. Big down day, second big down day. So far, hey, just right on. I am going to drop it right here. Not going to go into the forex markets or sectors today. Last look at the Santa Claus rally, and it's doing fine. It's made minor new highs in the last 25, 30 minutes. This is a 5-minute chart, and close to the high of the day. 2 hours and 20 minutes to go. You guys have a great week. This is the second trading day of January, and we are going to be getting out of the second, apparently profitable, and maybe very nicely so if it goes up more in the next 20 minutes, Santa Claus trade of the 3 Santa Claus trades. Have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.